My name's Elmo Ashall-Kelly. I'm a singer-songwriter from Manchester, UK. And I have been writing music for, last 15 years. I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I can play the piano, the drums, the bass, ukulele, mandolin, And I like to dabble in different instruments as well, because that's the whole beauty of the music world, isn't it? It's about finding these different creative sounds. I'm a massive country fan. I'm a big folk fan, and so just having vocals and an acoustic guitar, that has always been kind of like me to the bone. Like that's like my roots. Is just that folk singer-songwriter, just vocals and guitar, very basic, very raw. So the first song you're going to hear is called The Hospital Song, and it's a song that I wrote in hospital about my experiences in hospital. I was admitted to Oldham Royal last year for an illness that almost wiped me out totally. And during my time there was a lot of surgeries, there was a lot of drugs, and there was a lot of uncertainty as to whether or not I'd actually make it out of hospital alive. And when I was told that I had to go to hospital, one of the things that I grabbed from my house was my lyric book, because I've always thought of myself as a musician, as a writer, until the day I die. And so when things were becoming apparent that I might not make it, I immediately started writing the hospital song in my lyric book, because I thought, if anyone gets this after I die, I want my last entry to be this song. Luckily, I'm okay, ish. I've had a couple more visits to the hospital, 6 major surgeries, all on my leg. So I've got, big scar going down the inside of my femur here, which was from Oldham last year. And they actually had to keep that wound open for an entire month. So I was bedbound for a month, pissing, shitting, eating, all in the same bed. And I was having something called Vac Therapy. So they kind of leave the wound open, and they have this like suction machine attached to your leg, and it's like sucking out all the infection essentially that was in my leg. I had osteomyelitis, if anyone was interested to know what I actually had. So last year was more damage control, but I was in the hospital just in January, and to have the last of hopefully the infection removed from my right femur. So I've got another incision right down the outside, and a third incision right up where my hip is, because they had to rake out the inside of my femur and then pack it with antibiotics, and it was a doozy. Like, it was a big doozy, and a lot of getting knocked down, being pulled back up again, and knocked back down and pulled back up again, and so the hospital song is a very raw telling of my experience over the last 12 months.
Sharp scratch, the needle cracks the skin as they extract the information residing within. Another pill down, another vein miss, another hole. Man, what kind of existence is this? Oh, doctor, my body's not the same. There is a demon running mischief through my veins. Is there a clue to the great mystery? My body will heal, but I'm concerned for my brain. Sharp scratch, the needle tears the skin as my veins collapse all over and over again. And another phone call, another life forever trapped in the pit of my own demise. Oh, lover, my body's not the same, and it gets harder when I lie every day. I say I'm fine when I am not fine. You see right through me. I let you inside, but I'm scared of what you'll say. Darling, carry me through all this pain, through the trim lines, the morphine and the screams. Oh, hold me, even though and claim me when it's time to clear out of a sharp scratch, no more places left within. And the holes have left their scars from where they've been. Another pill down, another void filled, another day. Man, I'm not sure what day this even is. Oh, doctor, my body's completely drained. I am saturated, yeah, I'm also strained. You found the answers, and I'll know that you'll fix me. It'll take us some time, but one day I'll be free. Darling, carry me through all this pain, through the trim lines, the morphine and the screams. Oh, hold me, even though you're not there, and claim me when it's time to clear out of here.
What I write about is my own observations in life, because at the end of the day, love stories, they've all been done, okay? You know, you go to the nearest pop artist on the charts and it'll generally be a love song or something along those lines. And so I always wanted to write about what was real, what was raw. And so I like to write about what I see and then try and make sense of that, because the world around us is a frightening place, and it's a place that is complex, very complicated, with varying cultures and people that have views that stem from their upbringing, from their environments. And so I love to study people. Like, I'm one of those guys that likes to just sit in a coffee shop and people watch. You know, I just like to see how people go about their lives. And I think that's what I mainly write about. It's my own experiences and it's my own observations, and then trying to make sense of them. Because at the end of the day, I want my music to help people. I don't want it to be something that just becomes this commercial, money-grabbing entity. Don't get me wrong, I obviously want to make money through my music, but I more kind of want it to help people. And so that's why the songs that you're going to hear today are songs that are raw, that are real, that talk about things that not only I have been through, but millions of people around the world have been through. We've all, at some point in our lives, okay, we're going to be disabled. We're going to have some sort of disability within our lives. Whether that's you become 80 and you're frail and you've got to get around on a Zimmer frame or something. And so the song like the hospital song, it's a song that can resonate with a lot of people, because a lot of people have been through exactly what I've been through, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. I don't think it gets sung about enough, and I think most people love music. Most people listen to music actively, and I think it's a song that could hopefully one day really, really help the right person. So, yeah. I don't just write for myself, I write for everybody. So the second song is called Identity, and this was actually, it was written in 2 stages, because when I left hospital last year, I was still in a really bad way. You know, I was still very pale, very weak, but I was well enough to leave, if you know what I mean. And if anyone's ever been in recovery for a real substantial amount of time, you see the world around you is moving on, where you're just stationary. You sat, you can't do anything, you can't do anything for yourself, but everything around you's still moving forwards. And so there's an element of your identity that becomes lost when you're in recovery. You kind of don't see what's... I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. It's like you just lose yourself. You lose what drove you. The driving force that makes you who you are is gone. And that's what Identity is really about, the song. You know, I lost it. I forgot who I was. I didn't know who I was. You know, I didn't know if I was a musician anymore. I didn't know if I was good enough to be a musician anymore. And I felt, I don't know, a bit like a fraud. I don't know. It's such a weird feeling. So that's what Identity is about. It's the stages of recovery where you are absolutely losing yourself and you're trying to reclaim what's left of your psyche, I think, is probably the best way I could describe Identity.
Where is my identity? Claimed by the shadows they envelop me, forced on the road to rediscovery. Where is my identity? Where's the boy behind my eyes? Claimed by the world without compromise. Gone now as his innocence hides. Where is the boy behind my eyes? Wasn't much left anyway. Very best of me that remained, ground down to a shell, much easier for me to sell. I wasn't worth the dirt anyway. Where's the sinner that shares my room? Moving mirrors, I hope that he's back soon. He protects me from what's pointless to prove. The sinner who reflects my every move. Where's my ability to change? My adaptation, whose curiosity is strange. He writes about the diversity in range. My love, who transcribes upon this page. Wasn't much left anyway. The very best of me that remained, ground down to a shell, much easier for me to sell. I wasn't worth the date anyway. Where is my identity? Where is my identity? Where is my identity?
I already have out an album which was written quite a while ago, 2013, so it's quite an old album. But since then, I've worked with artists on various projects, and a band called To Kill a Circus. We were like an indie punk kind of band, and I've released a couple of singles, 3 singles in fact, over the last 2 years. But future projects, I have 2 EPs that I'm working on at the minute. One of them was a bunch of music that I actually wrote throughout lockdown, and the second EP is going to be about the hospital, about everything that I've been through in the last 12 months. On top of that, I am currently writing music for a film documentary. Can't say too much about the documentary as it stands, but 2023, hopefully we should see that film documentary coming about. So that's exciting, because I've never written for film before, and I'm a massive film fan. Like, I absolutely love the industry. I've grown up watching the likes of Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola, Godfather series and everything. Like, it's film has been such a massive part of my life, and it's a great escape, and I've always wanted to write music for it. And recently an opportunity came up, and it's a great project. It's something that I am very interested in terms of the subject matter. So watch this space. There'll be the film documentary should hopefully be coming out 2023 next year.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming here.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.